What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Vulkan, and today we have a ton of stuff to talk about for Tower of Fantasy. There's a huge update coming tomorrow on September 15th that's going to bring a brand new map, new world bosses, lots of extra free rewards for you to earn, and a new character or weapon to try to pull for. So there's a ton for us to break down. Let's go ahead and get this thing started, starting with everything that we're going to see with this new update. So out here we have a server maintenance announcement, but this is a really good kind of wrap up of everything we can expect to come with this update. So update 1.5, it's going to be happening at 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. UTC +0 on September 15th. And you might be asking, Vulkan, what is that? What time frame is that? I got you, don't worry. So the servers are going to come back up. So we see 9 a.m. UTC. Now I'm in Central Standard Time, so I'm just working off that here. 4 a.m. for Central Standard Time. It's early morning for Vulkan. But if you're Eastern Time, add an hour, Pacific Time, subtract 2 hours. And if you're somewhere else out in the world, I'm not entirely sure. We could also do like CET for Central European Time. So that's where you're looking there. It looks like, oh, hold on a second. This will reset everything. Boom. There we go. So it looks like you're actually 2 hours ahead, so you kind of lucked out there. So yeah, so 9 a.m., 4 a.m., 11. So that's what we're really kind of looking at in terms of this update rolling out. So let's talk about what is coming with this new update. So first up, we have the artificial island, new map, new gameplay. It's fantastic. This is a large map. There's a lot happening on this map. So you kind of have a central sort of mega island right in the middle, and then you have a bunch of smaller islands scattered around it. Now, the central island has its own exploration track, and the little islands around it have their own exploration track, both of which have red nucleus to unlock, limited vouchers for limited matrices pulls to unlock, as well as some new cosmetics, which is really cool. Now, the other big ticket item coming with this update is the home system. So this is a housing system. You're gonna be able to build all kinds of different buildings. And with these buildings, you can do things like craft SSR matrices. You can purchase limited vouchers to pull limited matrices, and you can farm resources. So there is a lot of benefit to actually getting this home system set up sooner than later. And that's what I'll be doing. So once I log in, I'm gonna go through, knock out the introductory quest line, which, by the way, there's a side quest you get to find 10 developers logs. I do have a video up for that that'll go live along with this update. So that way, if you don't want to go and try to find them out in the world by yourself, I'll show you exactly where all 10 of them are. So keep an eye out for that. Now, the second thing I'm doing is this home system, because it's going to be extremely beneficial in the long run, and I highly recommend you go out and get that started as soon as you can. There is a caveat, so there is a catch. So the home system will not unlock until you reach 840 points of exploration for Artificial Island. And because of that, you need to do some exploration and get some investments going into the actual exploration track before the home system will open up. So those are my big two. And then number 3, we have a new raid activity coming. So these are pretty intense from what I've heard, and you need to really have your role down. If you want to be a healer, you need to lean fully into healer. If you want to be a tank, lean fully into tank. Same thing with damage. Don't kind of hybrid as much as you might have in the past. That's just what I've heard. Now, who knows what global is going to look like, but if you're a healer, get out there and heal and have a good time. If you're a tank, get out there and tank. But either way, I'm really excited to finally get some big group content in the game. Next, we have Claudia. So Claudia is the new weapon and simulacrum coming to the game. She is a physical DPS type. She has physical resonance, and she is a absolute damage buffing machine. However, she does take some investment, so be ready to get duplicate pulls to really kind of take advantage of what she brings to the table. Now, I do have a deep dive video up for her if you want to see everything that she's bringing to the game, and I will also have a should you pull Claudia video coming later today. That way we can talk about really who is this character for and some of the pitfalls you want to avoid if you do pull her. So next we have the limited time event, the Ida Cafe, which I have pulled up right here. So the Ida Cafe is, again, it's just a little event in the game. Basically, long story short, you're gonna kind of craft these little food items here and try to match them correctly to the customers, because they have different tastes, they have different preferences. If you match them correctly, you'll get more rewards, or you'll get more revenue, which you can then purchase rewards. with. So you have red nucleus, you have an SSR relic shard box, you have a limited banner or limited voucher here, you have a title and some avatar frames. Now please keep in mind you need to be level 17 or above to do this event. So if you're below 17, you will not be able to partake until you are 17. Then next we have our sequential phantasm. So this is an alternative mode for the Bygone Phantasm event. So when you go into Bygone, you'll see an additional tab called sequential phantasm. You can click it and it launches a different way to play Bygone. I have not got to play this yet, so I'm not entirely sure how it functions. I've just seen it in the test client. That's it. So let's talk about some additional things. So in terms of weapon switching and enhancements, I guess these are disabled in the Bygone event now. They added 5 different types of stage buffs to the Bygone Phantasm event. And then the maximum accumulated days of offline rewards has been revised to 9 days. I'm not sure if this is up or down because I typically log in every day, but this is like when you log in, it says you can reclaim rewards. Like, oh, you didn't spend all your vitality, so you can reclaim some vitality. And then it gives you some kickback, right? It gives you some materials. That's what that is. So like I said, I'm not sure if this is up or down, but 9 days is the mark to look for. They also changed some of the tagging for new and idle servers to new and recommended, and then they added the shield axe to the survival guide. So that's everything coming with this new update. Now let's talk about some issues that got fixed. Chromanes, I'm pouring it out for you guys, you know, RIP. They fixed the issue where no endurance is required for the spiral dive, right? When you jump up, you jetpack, you spiral dive, and it's like no endurance got consumed. So that got fixed. That got fixed a little while ago. However, they also fixed the damage abnormality. So before, when you would jetpack or you would spiral dive, it would think that you were spiral diving from maximum height, which would increase your damage to up to 600%. That's why you saw Chromanes just absolutely blast everything. That got changed and adjusted. We're not entirely sure, at least I'm not, of the damage adjustment and how this got balanced out, but just be aware your damage probably will be a little bit lower. They also fixed an icon display issue when you switch from the axe mode of Molten Shield to other weapons, where it would look like multiple matrix effects could be activated. Now this is a big one. I know some people were talking about it, but the stun abnormality, as they call it, basically it's stun lock. I call it maul locking because you would take Ine's pummeler and you could charge up her attack very quickly, just barely hold down just till her weapon looked yellow, kind of, you know, had that shine, and you could hit an enemy and it would stun them, and you could stun lock them until they died. Same thing with Nemesis's weapon. You could do your dodge attack, it would put that slow field, but it would stun them. We did this with, I think it was Frigg in Void Rift, and she reset because we stunned her and had her stun locked for like 30 seconds. She reset, and it was a very, very sad day. It was a very sad day. Most of my party quit. It was unfortunate. They also fixed an issue with a dodge abnormality for Frigg's Balmung weapon, so keep an eye out for that. Let's see, fixed a problem with an interface caused by network lag when extracting Simulacrum. They improved the cooldown period between talking in the chat channel. So this is a big thing. The chat has 2 problems, in my opinion. One, there was too long of a cooldown between messages, but the more kind of egregious offense was the fact that you could only send 50 character messages. So not only did you have a long cooldown period between messages, but you also had to break those messages up into like 4 different ones in order to get your point across, because 50 characters is not a lot. So you're trying to like explain something to somebody and it was like, send, okay, wait 10 seconds, send, okay, wait a little bit longer, send, and it wasn't great. So hopefully they increase the character limit as well. Now, these 3 things, you can take a look. Honestly, I haven't really had any issues here, but if you did, those got fixed. Now, this last one down here, Type V Armor, which is the mech suit, is actually being replaced with the alternate Destiny relic in the 1 out of 4 box selection. So I'm curious what you guys think about that. Is it because the mech's too powerful? Is it because no one was selecting it? Is it because what? I want to hear from you guys. So let's talk about that in the comment section below. But anyway, for your compensation, you're looking at a grand total of 800 dark crystals coming your way. So keep that in mind. So let's talk about one of the other things, and that is what rewards are we getting for 1.5? Just right off the cuff, what do we have access to? So this is a pretty handy dandy website that got shared with us in Discord, and it's great. So Tower Fantasy version 1.5 Artificial Island special event. Woo woo. Okay, so this is confusing. And the reason I say that is because this combines all of the stuff that we have so far in terms of star path navigation and pre-registration rewards as well. So don't look at this and go, oh my gosh, 1.5 is going to give us 65 gold nucleus, 500 dark crystals, another SSR select. No, that's not the way this works. So, because if you scroll down, you can see, okay, here's kind of the registration rewards. Here's the star path navigation rewards, the side-by-side rewards. Here is what we're looking at for the actual 1.5 rewards. So you can see round 1, we have 3 red nucleus come in our direction over this little time period here, which is, I believe, 2 weeks. And then we have round 2 going up until October 27th for 10 red nucleus. So 13 red nucleus come in our direction. Then we have the Ida Cafe up until the 27th. That's going to give us the avatar frames, the title, and then these limited currencies here. And then here's the interesting one, Vera Orienteering. So Vera is the alternate dimension, planet, however you want to kind of refer to it, that's coming with 2.0. Now, orienteering, up until this point, right, that was the whole, like, speed racer event that we had. But you can see here, participate in a series of themed activities to accumulate progress across the service and redeem rewards. We get some avatar frames, chat bubbles, we get some titles, we get the space-time rift relic, we get 6 red nucleus, and we get an ultimate piece of equipment. Now, the interesting thing here is 1012. So 1012 to me doesn't really seem like a good time to drop 2.0. That seems very fast, especially for free-to-play players that are trying to accumulate all of this currency before 2.0. That seems a little quick. But to me, your login supplies also end on 1027. So it seems like there's a little discrepancy here. I think this Vera Orienteering thing is just like a themed event to get you hyped up for 2.0 and not necessarily dropping 2.0 when it ends. I don't think that's the way this is going to work. I think realistically, we're looking at a week or right at like this time frame around 1027. So that's kind of my theory craft. I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, either way, that seems a little early for October. Maybe into like mid-November would make more sense. But all we know right now is late fall. Late fall is when Vera and 2.0 is coming. So there you go. But either way, guys, there is a ton of stuff coming with 1.5. I mean, just to recap, you have the new map, the new stuff you can do on the map, the housing, the raid, a new Bygone Phantasm event, a new character, a new weapon. You have all of this kind of free rewards you have out here. You have different events like the Ida Cafe and this orienteering one kicking off. There's just a lot of really cool stuff happening. So if you're somebody who's playing Tower of Fantasy, you have a really bright future to look forward to. But if you're somebody who played and then left, now might be a great time to come back, especially if you want to pull Claudia. So guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below about 1.5, whether or not you're going to pull Claudia, and what you think about the events just kind of as a whole. Also, if you would like, please comment, like, subscribe, share. It really helps the channel and it helps these videos get discovered. So that means the world to me and helps me as a content creator. And I always appreciate when everybody does that. And guys, that is it. That wraps this one up. As always, thank you so much for watching. This has been Vulkan, and I'll talk to you all next time.